It's not too much still. Be right. But if I get the error message again, I'll just bump it back down to whatever I usually do. What the fuck is this button? Oh yeah, I remember this. Just like some random. So yeah, this is Fallout 4, guys. Usually you see me driving a tank or a plane of some sort, but you know, I've already put up a Fallout 4 video just explaining why I was so burnt out and all that other bullshit that I was dealing with before, but most of my issues have been abated purely because I am now on a much better internet plan. It's just made me so much happier. And it just happened today too. I can't wait to try War Thunder out again. I know I got really angry on Snapchat and shit, talking about like fucking just hating it absolutely, but I will give it another try in the near future, so you know, there's something to look forward to at least. Maybe I should drink some water. Yeah, so if you guys don't understand, like, play Fallout 4 or anything like that, it's a long series of just really awesome MMOs that was created by, I think, Westland Studios or some bullshit, I can't remember. Bethesda bought the rights, and they created Fallout 3, which was critically acclaimed, like, back for a console game. It was so in-depth and just amazing. And then afterwards, they produced Fallout New Vegas. Oh, Bethesda hired out, what's it called? Bethesda hired Obsidian to make Fallout New Vegas, and I love that game. It's just amazing, the different things you can do. And so coming from New Vegas, Fallout 4 can appear to be like a mixed blessing. Like, on one hand, it's just graphically amazing. Combat is so much more fluid. And, like, it just looks so much better. But you do lose an element of depth that the Fallout New Vegas gave you. It's really just... It's hard to explain. Like, I've seen people go in depth with it. There's a popular opinion out there that if this game was made under a different label, so if this game was not a Fallout game, it would be even better. But because it is a Fallout game, there's an expectation of, like, Minecraft than it does with a previous Fallout game. Not talking about, like, artistic design choices and things like that. These, for example, like the pipe rifles, I cannot stand the pipe rifles in this game. I fucking hate them. Like, people like them because you can just, like, stock up retardedly large amounts of ammo, and then... But, like, anyone who knows anything about guns knows that this would just blow apart the instant it fired. Like, look at that trigger. It's just a fucking solid bolt. Like, what kind of meme is this? Hey, Jordan, how's it going? Yeah, finally got the stream working, so this is good. I can finally do this, because before I was just bitching and fucking complaining about not being able to do this, so... You know, it's making me a lot happier. Never really streamed before, but if you guys want to ask me anything, just let me know. I mean, except for, like, my home address or some bullshit like that, but you know how it goes. So, like, the main goal for this, like, character that I'm doing is to join the Institute, mainly. That's why I'm kind of wearing a Vault-Tec lab suit. I've copied Fudge Muppets, what's it called? They do, like, builds and stuff, and I copied their like, scientist build, but I've had a deviation where I want to use, like, pistols and stuff instead of rifles, because I want to be able to, like... It doesn't seem like a director or a commander or something, they wouldn't use, like, a rifle. They more or less use, like, a pistol or something like that while you're, like, commanding. So, to me, that seems more appropriate for the character I want to do. I want to use, like, a lot of synth grenades and stuff like that. Not sure how many you can get. I really want to go to the Yangtze, the submarine that's just parked in the harbour, and I want to do that quest and get the missiles, because I want to be able to use those, like, when I fight the Brotherhood and Steel and shit, just rain down a fucking, like I don't know what it is, like a mini nuke or something like that, so yeah. I mean, I really can't wait. Fuck, we got 2 viewers, this is kind of rare. Really not used to this. See, I'm only, like, as for base development, to me personally, I cannot stand developing settlements. Like, the dog pisses me off, so I won't really use him that much. But some people get, like, bored when other people who play these games don't, like, use companions and stuff like that. I'll use companions, but it's just... Sometimes people go too far. Like, I remember this one YouTuber was using mods, and he just completely fucking went overboard. Like, he had, like, 5 custom companions. One was, like, a sentient Deathclaw or some bullshit like that. And I'm like, how is this game enjoyable for you if you're just gonna have, like, your companions fuck everything up for you. It's like, that's not enjoyable. For me, Fallout's always been a more, like, you can do it alone, you can have a companion, and, you know, it can be enjoyable, but, I mean, to me, in general, Fallout's always been about, like, just, I don't know what it is about Fallout 4's companions, but to me, they're just not as, like, they're not as, I don't know what it is. I liked having the companions be more quiet in the other games, whereas in this game, they're just fucking, they're harping on, like I am right now, about everything that you see, and it's just like, you know, is it really worth it? So I don't know. I mean, this game's quality, like, in some areas, this game is just absolutely incredible. Like, the Kellogg sequence, when you're going into his brain and shit, that's amazing. And then other parts of this game are just, they fall flat, and I don't understand where the creative decision with this game, particularly with, like, the story. I think the biggest failure of this game is the story.
It's okay, I'm friendly.
So this guy wants. That's right, I gotta go fucking... I think I've got to go get a locket or something back.
Sure, I'll give it a try someday.
Well, maybe a word of sure.
Sounds like bad news.
Oh yeah, this is, you go up north to where I just was,
Nothing worse than losing a
and
child.
you got to go in there and like get a fucking fight a minigun wielding cunt or some shit. Do I want to do this now? I'm not really built for combat. This character's more of a, like, I've just sort of rushed down to the railroad. Like, I went to Diamond City first, went to Railroad, just because I want to get the ballistic weave so that I can walk around with an outfit like this and not be completely vulnerable. I think that's actually one of the main reasons why they added ballistic weave into this game, because in the previous Fallouts you couldn't really have the characters, the guys you wanted to play as with their outfits and shit, you couldn't really do that because you just get your ass kicked. So everyone just walks around in power armor and other bullshit like that. And you know, people have fun. I think it's more fun to walk around, like, dress up as whatever you want. But having said that, it also like suspends reality disbelief, because you're just like, that guy's walking around with barely anything on, yet he's armored against like gunshots and shit. You're just like, what? But I suppose it is Fallout, like it's in the future, so you know. Oh, suddenly I've got no viewers. This is good. Well, I spiked at 3, so you know. At least I entertained 3 people for a little while before they said, fuck this is retarded, and just left. You know. I'm not actually doing this to stream, I'm more or less doing it because, it's just easier for me to stream this directly to YouTube than to have to, like, sit around and, like, upload, if that makes any sense. So, you know, it works a bit better. Maybe I should do a fucking quest or something, because this is just going to be boring watching me run around and, you know, do some other bullshit. I might put on the power armor and then go do the current fucking railroad quest that I need to do at the moment. So yeah. What was I going to ramble on about next? I do not remember because I am shit. What have I got here? Fucking pipe pistols. That's all you got to do with pipe pistols. You just scrap that piece of shit and you fuck off again. Not worth it. Not worth it at all. You fuck it right off. So we've got a torso, a left leg, and a right leg. So, not too bad. People will probably say, we can get... It's like... fucking... what's it called? I can't remember the first quest. Some bullshit. I can't remember. It's like the one... You get a fucking Concord and you do some bullshit, and you get like a full set of power armor, but I don't want to do that, because... like, I never liked doing that quest. I always leave it, because I can't stand having the fucking Minutemen and Preston and all the other cunts sitting around here. They're shit. I hate the Minutemen. They've always been my least favourite faction ever since I started playing this game. Because it's like, they've got a quest where they can take down the Brotherhood of Steel. It's like, you're telling me a bunch of fucking farmers with half-baked laser rifles can take down the Brotherhood, who have power armor and all this other bullshit. Like, that's a meme. That, to me, is a bigger meme than the fucking... than the... whatever it's called, the settlement needs my help guy. Jordan, I'm still here. My internet's just shitting pants. Oh, sorry. It's just not. There's no like indication that anyone's here. It's just like it just says there's 0 people watching. But I suppose like you know, I understand what having fucking garbage internet is like, so it's all right. But yeah, I don't really know. Since, in my opinion, they could have gone so in depth with the Institute. Like, the fuck? Like they could have done so much more.
So keep your mouth shut. Hey, you gotta help me.
I can't remember which one of these two is the synth. So what I'm gonna do is.
This
hang
guy's
on.
sick, and he's gonna kill me.
Get a gun the whole time. You could have just gotten up and shot this guy. Are you the synth? Ah, the other guy was the synth. Yeah, that's cool. What kind of fucking name is Art? Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's an ability. Come on, bitch. Yeah, so what I was saying before is like they could have done so much more with the Institute. Like they had this concept art for like a gun that just dissolves people, so that when you're engaged, like the synth kidnap people and create copies of them. It was basically a gun revolving around like that. So you just you go up to someone. How do you fucking do the rest thing again? Here we go. Yeah, so like when you...
Mr. Stockton said I shouldn't say anything.
Everything
Hey,
looks
H2.
This is H2.
Excuse me.
Everything looks clear. This is H222.
What are these assholes doing?
Nice to meet you, H2.
That's convenient.
This'll take some getting used to.
Remember what I told you, H2. I'll fire up.
Hey, H2.
From what I've been told, it's probably safer if I don't say anything.
Alright, so you can add this to the list. Rather than like the previous Fallouts where it's only like one-on-one interactions, there's no such thing as like a threesome in this game. Sorry, in previous games. That was retarded. Why did I even say that? But yeah, so like what I was saying with the Institute, they could have made like Institute-specific power armor. They could have made any number of things, like because they can teleport. You could have had a gun that like teleports people to a relay like that's high up in the sky, and you can just you can just drop them from the sky when you hit them or whatever.
Right?
It's nice to meet you.
Honors all mine.
Come on, hurry the fuck up. This quest is long enough.
More raiders.
Not a problem.
You hit it. Need to get to Titan.
Sure. Nice that you're willing to do that for us.
Yeah.
Come on. Alright, let's go. Yeah, so like they worked on concepts for like a dissolve gun that just it completely erases someone from existence. That would have been cool, and you could balance it out. Like you've got to actually crit them or something for it to work, or when they die, they get killed. But it's not like some overpowered gun or whatever. You're shooting a fucking doe, man. Like that's. Of course. Thanks, arsehole. Let's be a bit more tactical about this. What can we do? I mean, they were in cover, so let's just move out of cover to attack me. Good one. The fuck? Oh, I'm running out of ammo. Alright, well, yeah. One of the main things with the Institute is like the only real weapons that they have that are unique are the Institute pistol/rifle and like the grenades that they give you. Other than that, like this, the melty gun, a teleporter gun, that would be enough. That would be enough for me. I'd be happy with that. Instead, I'm gonna have to use. I'll probably use like an institute pistol, maybe an automatic institute pistol, and then I might have a semi-automatic laser pistol, or maybe a plasma pistol. I don't know. If you remember Augustus Autumn from Fallout 3, you'll remember him having a really cool, like, he'd have two pistols, a plasma pistol and where the fuck's my other 10mm? Didn't I have a good one? Huh. So I'm just lost in thought for a second. Yeah, so Colonel Augustus Autumn, the character from Fallout 3, I remember him distinctly for having like two pistols. He was really cool because he'd just walk around, he'd have power armored guards with him. And I'm thinking about doing that with like companions and shit. Hang on a second. Yep, fucking get the fuck away from him. What did the mine go off? Fuck me! Throw a bottle cap mine, it didn't go off. Why is my aim so off? This is like a basic 10mm pistol, so it's doing fuck all, but I don't really have any other weapons. Like I said, I haven't been... I'm gonna die. And this is gonna be really bad for the stream. Come on, you fuck. Oh, finally he's there. So if it takes to be that many shots to kill him, how the fuck am I gonna kill this asshole? Especially since I used my last mine. What have we got, Molotovs? Yeah, alright, let's try this. I did fuck all. Oh, get fucked. That's how we do it. Alright. Little plan worked. Use the car to kill him instead. Shame we couldn't get a mini nuke, but my weapons are just not powerful enough at the moment. I'm just really rush grinding to get... I don't know, whatever... Is this the place that has like a fucking death claw when you jump down? Yeah, I'm not... Fuck that shit. I'll go there later on. But like... Yeah, so what I want to get is a... I'll have an Institute pistol because it's like in character. And then I'll have a... Oh, they both use the same ammo though. That's a bit shit. I don't know, should I have a pistol that shoots bullets? Or should I just have two laser energy-based pistols? One that fires like... Because I'll use the Righteous Authority or whatever, the one Paladin Dance gives you, and I'll just turn that into a pistol, and then have that as like a primary. And then I'll run the fucking... I'll run the other one as like the Institute pistol, I don't know. But I want to use an Institute weapon, because I don't just want to be some random fucking guy who just happens to work for the Institute. Like, I want to be in the role, if that makes sense. Like, my armor will have the paint on it. You know, just all the good stuff. And I will definitely be using a lot of, like, the synth stuff whenever I can. Like, I'll probably use X as a companion. That is so fucking difficult. Some of the enemies in this game are a bit like... The super mutants are just... They're nowhere near as cool looking to me as they were back in fucking Fallout New Vegas. Super mutants looked absolutely just schmick back then. But in this game, not really, no. Let's still back here. What the fuck is going on? So you're engaging him. Right, let's do this. This is what it's like to have a weak fucking weapons with like nothing OP as shit from like the beginning of the game. Something I miss about New Vegas is like you could just go into a cave or whatever and find some retardedly OP weapon. You could pretty much get them all from like level 5 from the start of the game. Obviously you had to have like a certain gun skill to wield it, but at least you had the actual weapon. And it didn't take that long to get the appropriate weapon skills in New Vegas. Where in this game it's more like weird in my opinion, but you know. So we're gonna move out. This level's taking so fucking long, and I don't really want the stream to be any longer than 30 minutes. Oh, yep, we're already getting the bad notification. So we're gonna have to go, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace. Oh. I think it's back. Are we back? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. No. Well, we're just gonna jump out of this.